people, welcome back to my tutorial for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I sincerely appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart, and please, if this is your first time, kindly hit on that red icon to subscribe and also touch the bell to be the first to be notified whenever I upload a new video. So now today's class we shall be looking at how to make an A-line dress. It's a cut together with sleeve, and it will be having a zip at the front part. Okay, so today we shall be learning how to cut that and make that dress together. Okay, so here I have my 6 yards of Ankara fabric, but it won't be taking more than 2.5 to 3 yards. Okay, so here I folded my fabric into 4 and we left like 1.5 inch for our zip allowance. So here measurement will be starting from this point. So from here we take our half length measurement, which is 17 inches. So from the shoulder measurement we'll take 17 inches for our half length. And the hip measurement from our waist to our hip is 9 inches. And the length of the dress we are making is 41 inches. So I'll be adding an extra inch for our folding. So altogether I'll be having 42.5 inches. Okay, I'll be using 43 inches. I'll be using 2 inches for the folding, 1.5 for down, and 1/2 inches to hold the shoulder. Okay, I've drawn the lines. So the next thing to do now is to consider our shoulder and our sleeve measurements. So the shoulder I'm working with is 16 inches and the sleeve is 8 inches. So for the both sleeve is 16 inches plus 16 of the shoulder is 32 inches. So half of it will give us 16 inches. So from here we take our 16 inches. Now I'll just add extra inch for the folding, for the joining, because the sleeve will also be having a let's call it a kind of a gather that seems to be a balloon sleeve, but will not be attaching an elastic to the down of the sleeve. Okay, so when you look at the picture you will see exactly what we are looking at, what we are making. Okay, so here I'll mark the 16 inches and I'll add extra inches. So here I'm marking 17 inches. So from this 17 inches now I'll come down by 1 inch. Okay, so next thing to do is to consider our neckline. So here I'll be making use of a neckline depth of neckline width of 3 inches. So here I'll be using back depth of 1 inch, and for the front I'll be using 4 inches. So I'll just connect those 3 inches to this 1 inch for the back. Then I'll connect to the 4 inches for the front. I'll also connect this from those 3 inches here. I will connect to this 1 inch here. So from this 3 inches I will connect to this 1 inch. Okay, so from this 1 inch now I will take our armhole measurement. For the armhole I'm working with is 21 inches into 2 to give us 21 inches into 2 to give us 10.5. So here I'll be making use of 12 inches. Okay, I'll also take our shoulder to nipple measurement, and the shoulder to nipple measurement I'm working with here is so the nipple is 13 inches. So I'll mark those 13 inches here. So here I'll connect this from the 17. I will make a straight line here. Okay. So the next thing to do is to impute our round measurement. So the first is the bust measurement, which is 46 inches divided by 4 to give us 11.5. So here at those breast points, I will be marking our bust measurement, which is 11.5. Here. Okay, I'll also add for ease. I'll add extra 1 inch for ease, and I'll add 1 inch for seam allowance. And at the waist you are working with is 43 inches into 4 to give us 10.75. I'll mark the 10.75 and I'll add extra 1 inch for ease, and I'll add 1 inch for seam allowance. The hip we are working with is 50 inches. Divide by 4 to give us 12.5. So here I'll mark the 12.5 and I'll add extra inch for ease. I'll add for the hip measurement, I'll be adding 1.5 and I'll add 1 inch for seam allowance. So I'll just connect all this. All together at the hip we have 15 inches. So I'll take that 15 inches down to the hemline. So I'll take down what we have at the hip line down to the hemline, which is 15 inches. So here I'll just mark the 15 inches and I will connect it to this straight line. I'll also blend this place so as not to have a sharp edge. So coming here now, this is our armhole line, okay, and this is our bust line. So what I will do now is to connect from the 17 inches now. I will connect it like so here, just to blend this part. Okay, so this is it. As you can see, it's so simple. So I'll just go ahead now and cut out this. Okay, for the front, so this is the back piece, while this is the front piece. So I'll go ahead and cut what will be attaching to the sleeve part here. So here I've cut out the ruffle that will be at the sleeve point part. Then also I have my pockets. I have 4 pieces here. So I'll just go ahead and cut a lining for the dress. Okay. I've cut out the lining and I've also lined it out. Okay, so this is one part of the front. Alright. So I just lined the both side, the hem side, and turn it with 1 inch. Okay, this way. Then I stitch up both the neckline part, then stopped at the hem armhole. Okay, I stopped at this part, then hem here. So here is open and the shoulder. So what I will do now is just to turn this. I'll turn it to the right face. So when I turn it, I will have this. You can use your iron to stretch this out. So I'll go ahead and cut out those excess parts here. Make sure this is straight before cutting it out. So I'll cut out this excess part. Then this is the front and the back. I've joined the one part of the front to the back. We have this. Okay, so this is the joining part of the shoulder. As you can see, it's very neat, both the inside and the outside. So what I did, just to get those front parts, I'll also trim out the excess lining. Make sure it's straight. I'll trim out here. I'm just trying to make it to be equal. So I'll bring this front piece this way. Front face, facing front face, like so. Okay, this is the armhole side. So what I would do is just to get the two this way. Make sure that this joins with this other one this way. Then I'll flip it over like so. Hold it like this. Let the two lining be at one part and let the two fabric be at one part. Make sure that the two place you sewed is joined together. Then you flip it this way. Okay, so you have something like this. Then this one will come this way, so you stitch. Okay, so you make your stitch. So you just make sure that you adjust it so that it will be equal. Then as you are adjusting, you are sewing. So that's exactly what I did for this side. Then after sewing it, you just turn it out to get your neat facing. Okay, so that after that it will be neatly joined. So after joining it, now go ahead now and stitch up those parts without turning. This is the one that we have stitched already, so I'll just make a straight line, a straight stitch here this way. I'll stitch it up like so. Like I said before, I'm reattaching something, a kind of a balloon, but I won't, you know, our normal balloon is when you cut out a straight fabric, okay, then you fold like 1 inch or 2 inch depending on the elastic you want to insert inside. That's the down part. Then when you stitch it out, you attach your elastic, then now pleat the other edge to the sleeve of the dress. But for this, we won't be attaching any elastic, so what I would do is just to close out one part, then use the other part, pleat it at the edge of this, and we'll leave it like so. Then after doing that, I will use our body measurement plus the seam allowance to shape the body of the dress. Okay, and I'll also, before I shape the body of the dress, I'll be attaching the zip to the front face of the dress. Okay, I'll be attaching the zip here. I have up to 40 inches of zip here. Okay, I have a very long zip. Okay, so you can get this in any tailoring shop around you. So I'll just fix my zip here. I'll start from the top. So the person, if the person likes, she can now open it as she wants. Okay. Then coming to the down part, I'll start putting it like 3 inches. 3 inches from the hemline. Okay. I'll measure, take 3 inches from here up this way. Then I'll start from that 3 inches to attach the zip. Then I will use my body measurement plus the inches, the allowance that we added when cutting to shape up the sides. And I'll also fix our pocket. So I'll just come back and show you the finishing part. Don't go anywhere. And please like and give us a thumbs up. Yeah, this is the end product of our dress. As you can see, I've attached the zip, okay, at the front piece, right? And this is the sleeve, okay. And I've also attached my pocket. So thank you so much for watching till the end. Till we meet in my next class. Love you all. Bye.